Even though our bodies and the physical world around us are in constant change, reality is much more than just this process. The universe was born and is still evolving. When it came into existence, so did time and space. Before the Big Bang, time and space, as we know them, didn't exist. However, for the rational mind, it's almost impossible to ask questions like, what existed before time, and what could be larger than space? Even Einstein, when he first started developing quantum principles, held on to the old idea, one shared by Newton, that the universe was stable, and that time and space were constant, eternal forces that had no beginning and would never end. This stable version of reality is what our five senses still tell us. We cannot see or feel time speeding up or slowing down, even though Einstein showed that this is how time behaves. We can't feel space expanding or contracting either, although this too is part of a rhythmic universe. To go beyond this requires a radical shift in perception, as imagining those dimensionless regions where time and space are born takes a new way of thinking. This shift is necessary because the universe must have some timeless source, and the same applies to us. We believe we exist in time because our bodies are made of change, and change requires a flow or sequence. In this sequence, there is a before and an after. Before this breath, there was another. After this heartbeat, another will come. But theoretically, if we had the time and tools, we could create an electrocardiogram of every heartbeat a person ever had, and with this chart in hand, we would have past, present, and future all in one place. We could flip the chart backward or fold it so the first heartbeat and the last one were next to each other. This kind of manipulation reveals what quantum physics tells us about the fundamental facts of spacetime in nature. When two particles exchange energy states, they can move backward in time just as easily as forward. Events from the past can be influenced by energy from the future. The whole notion of time as an arrow always moving forward has been shattered by the complex geometries of quantum space, where multidimensional loops and curves send time in all directions and even stop it altogether. The only absolute left is the timeless, because we now understand that our entire universe is just an event arising from a greater reality. What we perceive as seconds, minutes, hours, days, and years are fragments cut from this greater reality. As the perceiver, it's up to you to slice timelessness in whatever way you choose. Your consciousness creates the time you experience. Someone who experiences time as scarce, constantly slipping away, creates a very different reality than someone who feels they have all the time in the world. Do you often feel pressed for time? Do you suffer from symptoms of time sickness, like panic, shortness of breath, a racing heartbeat, digestive issues, insomnia, or high blood pressure? These individual differences express how we perceive change, as the way we perceive change creates our experience of time. When you focus on the past or the future, you are in the realm of time, creating aging. An Indian master, who looked remarkably young for his age, explained this by saying, "Most people spend their lives in the past or the future, but my life is supremely focused on the present." When a life is concentrated on the present, it becomes more real because the past and future no longer affect it. Right now, where are the past and future? Nowhere. Only the present moment exists. The past and future are mental projections. If you can free yourself from these projections, without trying to relive the past or control the future, you open up a space for a completely new experience, the experience of an ageless body and a timeless mind. It's essential to identify with a reality that isn't bound by time, otherwise, there's no escape from the inevitable decline that time brings. A simple mind-body exercise can give you a glimpse of timelessness. Choose a moment during the day when you feel relaxed and unhurried. Sit quietly in a comfortable chair, take off your watch, and place it somewhere within easy reach where you don't have to move much to check it. Close your eyes and focus on your breathing. Let your attention follow the flow of your breath as it enters and leaves your body. Imagine your entire body rising and falling with each breath. After a minute or two, you'll start to feel warmth and relaxation spreading through your muscles. When you feel settled and calm, slowly open your eyes and glance at the second hand on your watch. What is it doing? Depending on your level of relaxation, the second hand may behave in different ways. For some, it may appear to stop entirely for 1 to 3 seconds. For others, the hand may hesitate for half a second and then jump back to its regular rhythm. Others might see the hand moving, but at a slower pace than usual. Unless you've tried this small experiment, it seems improbable. But once you've experienced a clock stopping, you'll never doubt again that time is a product of perception. The only time that truly exists is the one your consciousness perceives. You can learn to bring your consciousness at will to the realm of timelessness. Meditation is the classic technique for mastering this experience. In meditation, the active mind withdraws to its source. Just as the changing universe must have a source beyond change, your active mind emerges from a state of consciousness beyond thought, sensation, emotion, desire, and memory. It's a deeply personal experience. In this state of timelessness, or transcendental consciousness, you experience a sense of fullness. Instead of change, loss, and decay, there is stability and satisfaction. You feel that infinity is everywhere. When this experience becomes a reality, the fears associated with change disappear, the fragmentation of eternity into seconds, hours, days, and years becomes secondary, and the perfection of every moment takes center stage. Now that meditation has entered Western culture, researchers have applied scientific measurements to the subjective experience of silence, fullness, and eternity. They found that the physiological state of meditators shifts toward more efficient functioning. Hundreds of studies show a slower respiratory rate, reduced oxygen consumption, and a decreased metabolic rate. When it comes to aging, the most significant conclusion is that the hormonal imbalances associated with stress, which accelerate aging, are reversed. This, in turn, slows and even reverses aging, as shown by various biological markers of decline. From my experience in studies with people practicing transcendental meditation, it's been established that long-term meditators can have a biological age between 5 and 12 years younger than their chronological age. The most fascinating aspect of this research, which has been ongoing for over 2 decades, is that the biological aging process doesn't need to be manipulated directly. The desired results can be achieved through consciousness alone. In other words, meditation alters the frame of reference that shapes a person's experience of time. On a quantum level, the physical facts of space-time, such as heart rate and hormone levels, can be influenced simply by bringing the mind to a reality where time holds less power. The new paradigm shows us that time has many layers, and all of them are available to us through our own consciousness.